Y'all see that? There is a God. He has answered at least one of my prayers. That being, get rid of these speed bumps. Hate speed bumps. Speed bumps are like one of the most useless inventions. Doesn't prevent people from speeding. Doesn't really do anything but damage to people's vehicles. Like that's literally what speed bumps have accomplished. But yeah, this recent snowstorm that half the country experienced tore some shit up. And one of the things it tore up was the speed bumps in my complex. So I guess there are always going to be silver linings to everything, right? I'd like to think that anyway. Fuck yeah. Just wanted to let you know. Yeah, it's just... everything's just like one giant clusterfuck after another. And I guarantee you, every single clusterfuck that happens, like, nobody will know about it. Because they're not going to talk about these things. I guarantee you, for every clusterfuck, there's going to be, like, some, like, major news story that will cover it up. It's just so disgusting. Like, I'm just watching everything. What could this sign say to get you here Sunday? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that church billboards have said that I agree with, but that still doesn't get me there on Sunday. The main reason for that is because I don't want to go, and I feel like people shouldn't have to go to church, you know? Like, so much abuse happens in church. So many fucking sex cults and all kinds of shit. Like, yeah, there's a significant reason why some people don't want to go to church. And that's not my reason for not going. My reason for not going is, like, you know, the obvious hypocrisy of so many people that go. I mean, it's hard enough for me to be surrounded by that, you know, in non-religious people. Being surrounded by that, you know, from people that claim to be followers of Jesus. They claim to be readers of the gospel, you know, and they still act like that. You know, fuck all that. I don't want to be surrounded by that. But yeah, it's just like every day it just gets so weird. Like, it's weirder. You know, like right now I'm just having this really eerie feeling. I also haven't slept. There's always some underlying condition, right? Well, not in the case of COVID. The timing was too good to pass that up, right? Yeah, like literally, ever since this whole virus came out, that's all they've been talking about. They won't stop talking about that unless there's something related to President Trump. They can blame it on him. Something happening related to I don't know, white supremacy or some shit. Like, they just keep bringing up the same tired crap, and it's like everything's gonna completely fall apart. I mean, like, there's a part of me that, you know, thinks, so, well, you know, nothing changes, like, all these people, like, they're all the same, right? But it's like, no, they're more and more, like, they're pushing this agenda where they're just, like, trying to control every facet of our lives. Bill Gates wants to block out the sun. I never thought that I would be siding with the sun. I never thought, like, I never thought I would get to the point where I would be defending the sun and the sun's right to exist and do what it does. You guys know how much I complain about the sun. You guys know how much I envy people that live in Alaska, okay? Y'all know this shit. So the fact that I have to defend the sun from some psychopathic billionaire. Look at this. Look at that. I just want you all to see that. That, my friends, was a Jeep that had a Trump flag on it. I figured it was a Trump flag. Because if it's not an American flag or one of those, like, yellow Gadsden flags, the don't tread on me, it's always going to be a Trump flag. Because nobody in the South gives a fuck about shit else, I'll tell you. Not enough to put it on a flag, you know? But anyway. Yeah, like, I've just been reading about some of the stuff that Bill Gates wants to do, and it is, like, just absolutely insane. Now, granted, I'll bite with the plant-based stuff, get it, because it's food. I'll bite, get it. That's funny, that's clever, that's so clever. Appreciate. But yeah, so I do think that it's bad that we, you know, treat animals the way that we do. And, you know, if maybe, like, this world would be better if we didn't treat animals that way. I mean, yeah, obviously. But just to have some billionaire that's got control of all the farmland now, I mean, don't tell me that he doesn't have, like, ulterior motives with that. Don't tell me that this is all for the goodness of the world, because he was given this whole speech on, like, you know, why we should switch to synthetic beef and all that. He was given this speech when he was eating a fucking burger at a burger joint. Okay, so don't think that this is about ethics. Billionaires don't give a fuck about ethics, okay? Nobody that you see on TV gives a fuck about ethics. Unless they're calling them a quack conspiracy theorist, okay? I'm just letting you know. Nobody gives a fuck about ethics. There's no politician, no bureaucrat, no public representative. Mainly because, like, anytime that they actually do, they're either murdered or they're threatened into silence. Okay? This happens with a lot of holistic doctors. Like, anybody that does anything in the natural way that you're supposed to do things, that's not acceptable in today's society, you go? You go? I don't even know what I was gonna say there, but I guess I fucked up my language. Not on purpose, though. I'm not like the elite. I'm not changing all the rules just to mess with people's heads. I'm not changing my language just to confuse people, okay? I mean, this is what I try to explain to a friend of mine who's, like, politically correct, I try to tell him that political correctness does not have good intentions. And most of the people that are politically correct are not good people. You know, like, my friend is the exception to the rule. My friend, you know, he legitimately does care about people, so he's, like, in tune with people's sensitivities and shit, and I guess that's a good thing, you know? I'd say that's a good thing. But it doesn't accomplish anything, you know? It's not like being in tune with people's sensitivities is making the world a better place. It's really not. It's actually doing the opposite. But anyway, I don't even know what I was talking about because I misspoke and it distracted me. I hate having so much self-awareness. I feel like having so much self-awareness is like one of the things that like prohibits me from like actually doing stuff, because I'm too busy like thinking about the stuff that I'm doing and analyzing it, and then thinking about the future and, you know, wondering about the person that I'll be then. You know? I mean, there's just so much to think about. So many people don't think about anything, and they don't have awareness of themselves. I swear, I have all of it. I have all the awareness that nobody else has in Western civilization.